Yes, thanks for joining me once again and welcome to round 5 of the Scottish Classic Motorcycle Club's 2019 Racing Championship, right here at Townfoot Farm in a very sunny Thornhill. Yes, thanks once more for joining me as we take on part 2 of the racing highlights from the Scottish Classic Motorcycle Racing Club's round 5 event here at Townfoot Farm in Thornhill. Now, to kick this part 2 video off, we're going to take a look at the first over 60s class race. This will be their first of 3 races of the day, and as they leave the line, it's a good start from Jim Allison on the CCM, but it looks like Fergus Moody is going to take the whole shot down the inside. That's Fergus Moody, your race leader, number 122 on the BSA. Jim Allison in second position, Mike Bell in third, Stuart Riddle in fourth. And so as we wait to pick up our race leader at the start of lap 2, it looks like it's still Fergus Moody on that very quick BSA in first position. Jim Allison, number 153 on the Alan Clues CCM, is in second position. Mike Bell going through there in third with Stuart Riddle in fourth. But it's still Fergus Moody, number 122, your current race leader. Jim Allison there, number 153 on the CCM, is in second position. Number 89 there is Mike Bell, and number 28 is the little 1962 Dot that we profiled in the paddock video earlier on my YouTube channel. So it's still Fergus Moody in first position, Jim Allison is in second. This is the battle for third. It's Mike Bell from number 28, the little Dot 250 two-stroke. Peter Dobinson is in there on the Rickman Triumph with Stuart Riddle bringing up the rear, but it's still Fergus Moody, number 122, your race leader, from Jim Allison, number 153 on the CCM. Once again, this little 250 Villiers Dot is from 1962 and doing very well in this over 60s class. I do apologise, I do not have the rider's name to hand, but very quick little motorcycle nevertheless. So as they head round the turn, this of course is the battle for third position. That number 28 bike, the little 1962 Dot Scrambler, doing very well there, keeping Mike Bell at bay, and Peter Dobinson there with Stuart Riddle following up behind Peter Dobinson. But here is your race leader. It's still Fergus Moody from Jim Allison, number 153 on the CCM, in second position in this first over 60s class race of the day. So as they cross the line to start the last and final lap, it's still Fergus Moody, your race leader, as both these riders pass Brian Hamilton on the CZ, but it's still Fergus Moody, number 122, your race leader on this final lap of the first over 60s class race. Jim Allison there, number 153, looking to possibly steal the win from Fergus on this last lap. The little Dot 250 still going well. Peter Dobinson there, number 41, in fourth position. Mike Bell in fifth, Stuart Riddle in sixth, but as they head towards the line, it's still Fergus Moody, number 122 on the BSA, leads Jim Allison, number 153 on that CCM. So it's going to be the first to win in the over 60s class for Fergus Moody. Now here is your third place man. This the little 250 Dot is going to cross the line in a very commanding third place. Okay, next up it's the first race for the over and under 50s and over and under 40s class. As they await Trina Bell letting the bikes loose, and looks like another good start from Callum Wilson on that CR250 Honda Elsinore. So as they go into turn one, it's still Callum Wilson, your race leader. Tommy Anderson is in there, but it looks like one of the Bell brothers hitting the front. It looks like Lewis Bell is your race leader, number 9. So it's Lewis Bell, your race leader, from Tommy Anderson, number 3, on the Husqvarna in second, Derek McCauley in third. And so as your race leader comes towards us, it's Lewis Bell, number 9, on the big 500 Jawa, Derek McCauley in second on the Bultaco. That's Tommy Anderson on the Husqvarna in third position. Looks like Listenbell is in 5th position, but it's still number 9, Lewis Bell on the 500cc Jawa, who leads Derek McCauley on the Spanish 250 Bultaco Persang. Tommy Anderson there, number 3 on the Husqvarna, with Listenbell in 4th position. So it's still the relative youngster Lewis Bell, number 9 there on the 500 Jawa, your race leader. It's still Derek McCauley in 2nd position on the Bultaco, as they head to complete yet another lap. Still Tommy Anderson in 3rd position, with Listenbell now moving up, but still in that 4th place position. But here is your race leader. It's number 9, Lewis Bell. Still Derek McCauley 2nd, but Tommy Anderson looks like he's closing in on that 3rd place position, and Listenbell keeping a watching brief in 4th. Robert Kennedy going through there, and Sam Sibbald. But it's still the relative youngster, number 9 there, Lewis Bell in 1st position, Derek McCauley 2nd, Tommy Anderson is 3rd, number 98 there is Listenbell in 4th, as they head towards the start and finish line to complete yet another lap. But your race leader is still number 9, Lewis Bell, from Derek McCauley. Looks like Listenbell is trying to make a move on Tommy Anderson for that 3rd place position. But it's still Lewis Bell, number 9 first, Derek McCauley 2nd, Tommy Anderson 3rd, Listenbell in 4th position on the big 500 Jawa. But as your race leader comes towards us, it's still Lewis Bell, your race leader. 2nd is still Derek McCauley there on the 250 Bultaco Persang in 2nd. Listenbell is now moved up into 3rd position as they cross the line to start their last and final lap. It's still Lewis Bell, your race leader, from Listenbell, who has now moved up into 2nd position. So it's the two Bell brothers, numbers 1 and 2. Derek McCauley still in 3rd there, with Tommy Anderson in 4th. But as they head towards the checkered flag, it looks like it's going to be a win for Lewis Bell, number 9, with Liston in 2nd position. Both these riders, of course, mounted on these big 500cc Jawa machines, but it's a win for Lewis Bell, with Listenbell in 2nd position and Derek McCauley 3rd, with Tommy Anderson in 4th. Okay, next up we're back to the pre-1984 class. Remember, David Houston won the races prior to the lunch break, but there will be no David Houston taking part in this second block of races due to his 480 Honda blowing its gearbox up, so there will be no David Houston in this second part of the pre-1984 class races. So we're just looking for our race starter. This is Queen Abel letting the bikes loose from the line. And as they leave the line, it's a good start from Colin Lee there up front on the big 510 Husqvarna. So as they move into turn 1, it looks like Steve Moore has made the early running. So it's Steve Moore, your race leader, from number 43, Andy Mallock, in second position. So as we pick up our race leader, it's number 43, the man from Birdleton in Angus. It's Andy Mallock first. Mike van der Meer is now your second place position rider, with Steve Moore now in third position, as the rest of the chasing pack make their way round to complete lap 1. That is Kevin Smith there, number 334 on the 250 Michael Spider. So as we pick up our race leaders once again, it looks like it's still Andy Mallock, your race leader, on the 83 500 Armstrong. Mike van der Meer looking to make a move on his 81 490 Michael. It looks like one of the Smith brothers are now up into third position. But it's still Andy Mallock on the Armstrong, who is your race leader, from number 17, Mike van der Meer on the 81 490 Michael, as they cross the line to complete yet another lap. So it looks like a good scrap developing between Andy Mallock, number 43, and Mike van der Meer on the 81 490 Michael. These two, of course, are fighting for the lead of this pre-1984 class race, and it looks like Mike van der Meer is now your new race leader from Andy Mallock second. That is one of the Smith brothers there in third position. David Loudon is in fourth. But your race leader is still Mike van der Meer, number 17 on the 81 Michael. Andy Mallock is in second position, as your race leader Mike van der Meer completes yet another lap in this pre-1984 class race. Andy Mallock is still sitting in a perfect position in second position should anything happen to Mike van der Meer's machine. And so as we pick up our race leader once again, it's still Mike van der Meer, your race leader, from Andy Mallock second. It's one of the Smith brothers who are in third place. And apologies once again for not knowing the rider's first name, but it is certainly one of the Smith brothers in third position. David Loudon, number 75, is still sitting there in fourth on the YZ 490 Yamaha. But as they come round, it's still Mike van der Meer, your race leader, with Andy Mallock second. One of the young Smith brothers, number 191 there in third position. But there is your race leader. It's number 17, Mike van der Meer on the Michael, from Andy Mallock, number 43 on the Armstrong, as they head across the line to complete yet another lap. Remember, 7 laps for these twin shot guys around this superb Thornhill racetrack. But it's still Mike van der Meer, your race leader, from Andy Mallock second, and one of the Smith boys in third position, riding very well on that black Michael. Colin Lee going through, and that's Kevin Smith once again, number 334 on the 250 Michael Spider. And so as your race leader comes round to complete yet another lap, it's number 17 Mike van der Meer on the 81 490 Michael, who is your current race leader in this pre-1984 class race. Andy Malik is still sitting in second position. And so it's still number 17 Mike van der Meer, your race leader, from second position there. Number 43 Andy Malik on the Armstrong, with the Smith youngster in third position. But here is your race leader as he comes round to start his last and final lap. It's Mike van der Meer on the 81 490 Michael, your race leader. Mike has been riding absolutely superbly on this Michael here at the 2019 Thornhill Scramble. So as Mike van der Meer comes round to start his last and final lap, it is still Andy Malik who is your second placed position rider, number 43 on the Armstrong. Although he has now just been passed by one of the Smith boys there on the big Michael. So here is your race leader coming round to take the win in this pre-1984 class race. It's a win for Mike van der Meer, number 17 on the 81 490 Michael. One of the Smith boys is going to cross the line in second, with Andy Malik in third. Okay, next up we are back to the over 60s class for their second race of the day, their second race of three. So as they leave the line, it's a good start again from Fergus Moody. Peter Dobinson is up there in second position on the Rickman Triumph. Clifford Hardesty has made a good start. He is in third position, with Stuart Riddle making a move into fourth. And so as we look to the far side of the track for our race leader, it looks like it's still Fergus Moody, number 122, who is your current race leader on the BSA. Fergus has been riding superbly throughout the day here at Thornhill. Second position is Peter Dobinson there, number 41 on the Rickman Triumph. Third place is Clifford Hardesty. Fourth is Stuart Riddle. Jim Allison going through. Mike Bell just going through. Brian Hamilton, number 14. Ian Ridley going through. Stevie Shaw. And Gordon Watson there, number 5 on the BSA. But it looks like it's a collision between Clifford Hardesty and Mike Bell. Now this could stop the race with these two riders across the track, so looks like both riders are okay as they pick their machines up. But of course, as predicted, it will be a complete race restart for this over 60s race, due to that small collision between Mike Bell and Clifford Hardesty. Mike Bell appears to be unharmed as he is lined up once again to take part in this restart. So as they get ready to go and leave the line, it's a good start from Jim Allison on the CCM. Fergus Moody is up there once again, so as they go into turn 1, it looks like Fergus Moody once again has taken the early lead in this over 60s class race. Jim Allison is second, Peter Dobinson is third. That little dot scrambler once again is in fourth position. So as we look to pick up our race leader, it is still Fergus Moody, your race leader, from Jim Allison on the CCM in second position. And so as they make their way across the line to complete lap 1, it's Fergus Moody first, Jim Allison second, Peter Dobinson in third. That little dot scrambler once again is there in fourth. Stuart Riddle going through on the Twin Port CZ. Mike Bell going through, but it's still Fergus Moody, your race leader, from number 153, Jim Allison. Number 41, Peter Dobinson is in third. But it's still Fergus Moody with a very slender lead over second place man there, number 153, Jim Allison on the CCM. But this is Peter Dobinson that we're looking at in third position, number 41, on that beautiful sounding Rickman Triumph. Fourth place is still that very quick little 1962 dot scrambler. But Fergus Moody beginning to pass some of the other riders on the track. So it's still Fergus Moody, number 122 on the BSA, your race leader in the restart of this over 60s class race. So as the riders begin their last and final lap, that is the second place man, number 153, Jim Allison, going through. Peter Dobinson is still third with the little dot scrambler in fourth, but as they dash for the checkered flag on this last lap, there is your race leader, number 122, Fergus Moody, going through, with Jim Allison looking to possibly steal a win in the closing stages of this last lap. But as they dash for the checkered flag, it looks like it could be another win for number 122, Fergus Moody on the BSA, from Jim Allison in second. And as they both cross the checkered flag, it's a win for Fergus Moody first, with Jim Allison in second. Okay, next up it's the second race for the over and under 50s class and the over and under 40s class, as they line up for their second race of the day. And it's a cracking start from Sam Sibbald on the TT500 Yamaha as they head, oh, and we seem to have a faller there. It's number 11 on the CZ who has taken a fall, but there is your race leader, number 24, it's Sam Sibbald on the TT500 Yamaha. Second position is Lewis Bell, with third position Tommy Anderson, fourth is Derek McCauley, and fifth is Liston Bell. And so as we look to the far side of the track to pick up our race leader, it's still number 24, Sam Sibbald on the TT500, your race leader, from number 9, Lewis Bell. Tommy Anderson is third. Liston Bell is in fourth. Derek McCauley has inadvertently dropped his bull tackle, so he has lost a couple of track positions. That is Callum Wilson on the CR250 Honda Elsinore, being passed by number 54, Robert Kennedy. And so as we look to pick up our front runners, it's still Sam Sibbald, your race leader on the TT500 Yamaha. Looks like Sam Sibbald has a decent lead over second place man. That's Lewis Bell on the 500 Jawa. But it's number 24, Sam Sibbald, your race leader in this combined over and under 50s class race and over and under 40s race. So it's number 24, Sam Sibbald, your race leader, from number 9, Lewis Bell. Third is Liston Bell there, number 98, on the almost identical 500 Jawa. But it's Sam Sibbald who is beginning to come under pressure from that very quick 500 Jawa of Lewis Bell, number 9, as they both cross the start and finish line to start another lap. So it's still Sam Sibbald, your race leader, from number 9, Lewis Bell, and number 98, Liston Bell. And so as a race leader heads towards the start and finish line for the start of the last and final lap in this race, it's still number 24, Sam Sibbald, who has got both the Bell brothers right on his heels. Lewis Bell, number 9, is in second. Liston Bell is in third. Both these riders looking to steal this win from Sam Sibbald, but Sam Sibbald goes into the turn very tight. Looks like Liston Bell is now moved up into second position. Looks like both these Bell boys badly want this win, but it's still Sam Sibbald on the TT500 who is now being passed by Liston Bell. So it's Liston Bell, your race leader, from Sam Sibbald second, and Lewis Bell in third. And so as they head towards the checkered flag, it looks like it's going to be a win for number 98, Liston Bell. Lewis Bell is now second, with Sam Sibbald going to cross the line in third. So it's Liston Bell first, Lewis Bell second, and Sam Sibbald crossing the line in third. And there was a cracking race between those three riders, but we're back to the pre-1984 class for their second last race of the day. I'm just waiting on Andy Mallock, number 43, taking his position in the rider lineup. Looks like Andy has come out this time on his Montesa rather than his Armstrong. But as they leave the line, it's a good start, and they all seem to have got away cleanly as they head up into turn 1. Try and pick out your race leader as they head towards us. So as we look towards our race leader, it looks like it's number 17, Mike van der Meer, who is taking the early lead in this pre-84 class race. One of the Smith brothers in second position. Colin Lee going through, Steve Moore going through, Jim Colligan going through. And number 35 there is John Porteous. And so your race leader is still number 17, Mike van der Meer. Second place is one of the Smith boys, and I do apologise sincerely for not knowing his Christian name, but he's still riding well in second position. Fourth place is David Loudon on the YZ490 Yamaha. But it looks like Mike van der Meer is coming under pressure from the number 191 bike of this Smith rider. So it's Mike van der Meer who is your race leader. This could be a good tussle between these two bikes if the second place man can get onto terms with Mike van der Meer here. As the remainder of the riders go through, that's Andy Mallock there, Steve Moore coming through. Number 217 there, that's Peter Maxwell. But it's still, Mike van der Meer was, it looks like our second place rider has dropped his Michael, and he was in second position. That's one of the Smith boys there. He was in second position and seems to have lost the front end of his Michael, and is now trying to get it restarted. Number 47 there on the Michael, that's Steve Moore, who has just recently returned to classic racing after a short break. Looks like Steve's riding really well here at this round 5 event here at Thornhill. Just behind Steve there, number 47, is number 27, that's Mike Doby on the CR250 Honda. But there is your current race leader, number 17, Mike Vandermeer, who is driving absolutely immaculately here at the 2019 Thornhill Scramble. And up until recently, Mike was riding a 250 Michael, but it's quite obvious that he seems to be enjoying the extra power from that 81 490. Second place man is David Loudon there, number 75 on the YZ490 Yamaha. But it's still Mike Vandermeer as he comes towards the start and finish line to start another lap. 7 laps, of course, we have for the pre-1984 class boys. And it looks like number 17, Mike Vandermeer, has a decent lead over second place man David Loudon. So as we look towards the rest of the pack, coming towards us is number 47, that's Steve Moore, who is becoming under pressure from that number 19 Michael, who in fact is now past him. That's once again one of the Smith boys just taking up his track position once again after dropping his machine while in second position. But it's still number 17, Mike Vandermeer, who is your race leader. Second place is David Loudon there, number 75 on the YZ490 Yamaha. But once again, this is your race leader, number 17, Mike Vandermeer on the 81 490 Michael, as he comes round to start his last and final lap. David Loudon there, number 75, is in second position. David, of course, was our club champion for 2018 and won the pre-1984 class outright in 2018. So it's David Loudon in second position here to Mike Vandermeer, who is your current race leader. And so as the remainder of the riders start their last and final lap, it's a win for Mike Vandermeer, number 17 on the 490 Michael, with David Loudon in second. Steve Moore there, number 47, coming through with Peter Maxwell behind him, and Mike Doby, number 27. Okay, as a line-up, it's the last and final race for the over 60s class at this 2019 Thornhill Scramble. 2 more races to go, of course. You have the over and under 50s and the over and under 40s after this race, and then the grand finale of the pre-1984 class as our last race of the day. So as the riders are ready to leave the line in this over 60s class race, they're just waiting on the travelling marshal, making sure that the track is clear and safe to go. As we look towards our race starter, that's Karina Bell. We will let these riders go for their last and final race of the over 60s class. So as they all leave the line, it looks like a good start for Peter Dobinson again and Fergus Moody, but as they move into turn 1, it's that man again, it's Fergus Moody who has taken the early lead. It looks like Peter Dobinson on the Rickman Triumph is in second position. Stuart Riddle is up there in third, although has now been passed by Jim Allison on the CCM. Tom Forsyth going through there, Ryan Hamilton. And so as we look to the far side of the track for a race leader, it's still Fergus Moody, number 122 on the BSA, who is your current race leader. Fergus just doesn't seem to have put a foot wrong all day here at Thornhill. Already opening up a substantial lead on second place man Jim Allison there on the CCM. Peter Dobinson is there in third position with Stuart Riddle in fourth, and that little dot 250 behind Stuart. So as the rest of the riders make their way around the track, that's Peter Dobinson with Stuart Riddle coming under pressure from the little 250 dot scrambler. But here is your race leader once again. It's still Fergus Moody on the BSA. Jim Allison there, number 153, is in second position on the Alan Clues CCM as they cross the line to complete another lap. Now that little dot scrambler there is absolutely flying as he passes Peter Dobinson there. An old bike from 1962, going very well, although unfortunately the rider's name escapes me at the moment. So as the remainder of the riders come through to start their last and final lap, here is your race leader as he heads towards the checkered flag for yet another win of the day. It looks like it's going to be a win for number 122 Fergus Moody. Looks like Jim Allison is going to have to settle for a second place position in this race as these both riders cross the line in positions 1 and 2. As the remainder of the riders come to cross the line for their last race of the day, number 51 there is Ian Ridley on the beautiful BSA. Ian, of course, is responsible for the track building and has done another absolutely superb job here at Thornhill. Okay, next up it's the over and under 50s class and the over and under 40s class. This of course is the second last race of the day, and as they go into turn 1 it looks like Sam Sibbald has taken the early lead from Lewis Bell, number 9 in second position. That's another good start from Sam Sibbald on that TT500 Yamaha. Tommy Anderson is in third, Derek McCauley is in fourth. It looks like Liston Bell has now moved in to fourth position. But your current race leader is still number 24, that's Sam Sibbald on the TT500 Yamaha. Number 9 is Lewis Bell on the Jawa. Derek McCauley going through, that's Brian Aird there, number 71. And number 11 on the CZ is unfortunately unknown to me, so I do apologise for not knowing the rider's name. So it's still Sam Sibbald, your race leader, number 24, from Lewis Bell on the 500 Jawa in second, Tommy Anderson on the 250 Husqvarna in third. It looks like Liston Bell is making a move on Tommy Anderson for that position. But it's still the old veteran Sam Sibbald who is riding absolutely superbly here on that big 500 Yamaha, with Lewis Bell in second position as they cross the line to complete yet another lap. So it's still Sam Sibbald, number 24, your race leader from number 9, Lewis Bell, as they make their way into the centre of the racetrack. So as we pick up the race leader once again, it's still Sam Sibbald, number 24, with number 9, Lewis Bell, close behind on the 500 Jawa. Big, powerful single-cylinder machines, these big Jawas. And of course, a lot of these Jawa engines were originally used as speedway bikes, so they're well at home in this kind of track here at Thornhill. So it's still Sam Sibbald, your race leader, number 24, from Lewis Bell, in second position on the 500 Jawa. And so we're looking to pick up our race leader as he heads towards the start and finish line to start his last and final lap in this race. It's still number 24, Sam Sibbald, who is still managing to keep Lewis Bell on his back wheel as they start the last and final lap of this race. So it's still Sam Sibbald, number 24, from Lewis Bell, number 9. And you can be rest assured that Lewis will not be content with a second place. He will be trying his damnedest to get up there and try and get this win from Sam Sibbald. And he looks like he's closer than he's ever been. So as they head towards the checkered flag, it looks like Sam Sibbald is becoming under increasing pressure from Lewis Bell. But it's Sam Sibbald who's taking the tight line into the corner. Lewis Bell has got that big Jawa wound up, but as they head towards the checkered flag, it looks like it could be a win for Sam Sibbald. It looks like it could be even a photo finish between these two, and what a fantastic race. So okay, I hope you've enjoyed all the racing footage from this 2019 Thornhill Scramble, which brings us to the final race of the day. This of course is the pre-1984 class. We've had some fantastic racing here at Thornhill for this 2019 race event. So this of course is our last and final race of what has been a fantastic day of racing at this Townfoot Farm location. So our starter, Karina Bell, just awaiting the OK from the travelling track marshal to say the track is clear and just about good to go. It looks like a few of them jumped the start line there, and once again we have had a coming together between a couple of bikes there. It looks like Andy Malik has fallen on his backside there due to having the starting elastic wrapped around his bike, but it's a total restart as we try again to get these bikes off the line. Looks like a cleaner start this time as they all head in to turn 1, and it looks like it's the Smith bike, the number 19, the black Michael, who is taking the early lead. A very quick rider. I do apologise for not knowing his Christian name, but David Loudon is in second. Mike van der Meer is in third. So as we look towards our race leader, it looks like it's the Smith boy. It's your race leader from number 75, David Loudon. Mike van der Meer is third. Mike Doby is well up there on number 27 on the CR250 Honda. John Porteous going through number 35 on the Michael. But as your race leader comes towards us, it's still number 19 on the Michael, your race leader from 75, David Loudon second, Mike van der Meer, number 17 there in third position as they head to the bottom section of the track. So it's still Mr. Smith there, your race leader from 75, David Loudon on the YZ490 Yamaha in second position as they cross the line to complete another lap in this last and final pre-1984 class race of the day. But the youngster on that 490 Michael, Mr. Smith, is absolutely flying around this track in this pre-1984 class race. David Loudon is still in second place. Mike van der Meer is in third. Nothing to choose between these three riders. A very good race developing for this final race of the day, but it's still the Smith boy in first position, second David Loudon, number 75, and it's still Mike van der Meer who is your third place position rider as they cross the line once more to start yet another lap. David Loudon looking to make a move for that pole position placing. But that young Smith boy on that 490 Michael is riding absolutely superbly here, keeping these two very fast riders on his back wheel as they head down to the bottom section of the track once more. Could this be a win for number 19, the Michael of one of the Smith boys? It's number 75 David Loudon in second position, with Mike van der Meer still in third. Crossing the line once again, a very quick lap here at the Thornhill Scramble, but it looks like David Loudon is now your new race leader. David Loudon, number 75 on the YZ490 Yamaha, is your race leader. Mike van der Meer is still holding station there in third position, and it looks like Steve Moore has moved up into fourth. So as a race leader comes towards us, it's still number 75 David Loudon in first position. Second is Mr. Smith on that 490 Yamaha. Third is Mike van der Meer on the 490 Michael as they cross the line to complete yet another lap in this last and final race of the day here at Thornhill. But it's still number 75 David Loudon, their 2018 club champion and pre-1984 class championship winner last year, who is your race leader as we look to pick up our current race leaders. Still number 75 David Loudon first. He's got that YZ490 Yamaha opened up and stretching its legs towards the finish line to complete yet another lap in this pre-1984 class race. So if David Loudon can keep this bike in between the tapes, he could be on to his first win of the day in this pre-1984 class race. Second place is still Mr. Smith on the number 19 Michael. Number 17 is still Mike van der Meer. So there is your race leader as he comes round to start his last and final lap. It's still David Loudon, your race leader from number 19 there. The young Smith boy on that black 490 Michael who is racing absolutely superbly to keep that second place position. Mike van der Meer is still in third place. But as David Loudon comes round to start his last and final lap, this could be his first win of the day in this pre-1984 class race. It's still the youngster Mr. Smith, number 19, in second position, with Mike van der Meer in third. But as they come towards the checkered flag, it looks like it's going to be a win for David Loudon, number 75 on the YZ490 Michael, with Mr. Smith in second and Mike van der Meer in third. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed all the racing action from this 2019 Thornhill Scramble. Look out for more of these classic racing videos on my YouTube channel, coming very soon. This video was brought to you in association with WorldSport, the world's #1 supplier for all your off-road and leisure sportswear. Just visit their online website for more details.